Hi, Dan Harley here, and I'm putting this video together to talk about a very popular penny auction site called ZeekRewards and what has happened to it. I've been contacted by numerous friends and associates. Some who are ZeekRewards members are what's called Zeeklers, looking for reliable information regarding what happened to the company and what they should do. Why they came to me is because, first of all, they trust me, and I'm pretty well connected in the internet marketing industry. There's already plenty of people posting blogs and videos on this topic. And most are either edgy ZeekReward members grasping onto hope, or someone trying to capitalize on this company's demise and try to sell something. My angle is I'm pitching nothing, I'm selling nothing. I'm not a Zeekler. I have a significantly different perspective from those who might be more intimately involved. And I'm just trying to provide some good, honest information, as I always do, to my clients and friends and colleagues who ask. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about ZeekRewards and what happened. ZeekRewards was arguably the most popular penny auction site on the internet. What you may have seen some of the commercials where you see people who win iPads for like $60 or other incredible deals from these penny auction sites. Well, ZeekRewards was one of them. What also makes ZeekRewards stand out is their internet marketing opportunity. ZeekRewards accumulated a massive number of members in a very, very short time. They were only open officially since January 1st, 2011 and until now, barely a year and 8 months. The numbers we're talking about rival that of more well-established companies such as Melaleuca, Amway, Shackley. According to MLMrankings.com, ZeekRewards was the second most popular MLM company in the industry, second only to Avon, and ranked fourth in top performing MLM companies over the past 6 months. These are extremely impressive numbers. So this is some cutting edge stuff, and there is plenty of reason to believe ZeekRewards would go to the moon with their success. Well, all this came to a very abrupt halt last week when the company's website went offline, phones were disconnected, employees were, leaving the building and locking everything up. Then official news announcements came out, and all hell broke loose after that. So, anyway, well, what happened? The State Attorney General and SEC stepped in to do a full investigation. Based on my knowledge of MLM in the MLM industry, when the SEC steps in, something very bad has already happened, and they already have a preponderance of evidence to prove it. So, and the press release from the SEC on August 17th confirms this. And in fact, let me quote you a few things from this press release. Washington, D.C., August 17, 2012. Securities Exchange Commission today announced fraud charges and emergency assets freeze to halt a $600 million Ponzi scheme on the verge of collapse. The emergency action is to assure the victims can recoup more of the money and potentially avoid the devastating losses. And they go a step further here. They mentioned a quote, "The obligations of investor drastically exceeds the company's cash on hand, which is why we need to step in quickly, salvage whatever funds remains, and ensure an orderly and fair payout to investors," says Stephen Cohen, Associate Director in the SEC. ZeekRewards misused the power of the internet and lured investors by making them believe they were getting in an opportunity to cash in on the next big thing. In reality, their cash was just going to the early investors. And it gets worse here. Let me pick out a couple things here. Last month, ZeekRewards brought in approximately $162 million, while total investor cash payout was $160 million. So they were getting really close to going in the red here, even though they have all appearances of being successful. And according to SEC's complaint, ZeekRewards have paid out nearly $375 million in investors to date. It holds approximately $225 million in investment funds and 15 foreign and domestic financial institutions. Those funds will be frozen under an emergency asset freeze and granted by the courts at the SEC request. Meanwhile, Burks, who is the CEO, I believe, of that, has personally severed several $1 million of investor funds while operating Rex Ventures and ZeekRewards, as he distributed at least $1 million to family members. Burks has agreed to relinquish his interest in the company and the assets, plus pay a $4 million penalty. Additionally, the court has appointed a receiver to collect marshal and manage to distribute the remaining assets for return to harmed investors. So, well, long story short, this is obviously bad news. This comes right from the SEC. This is not made up. This is not something that's my opinion. This is serious stuff. And this usually confirms with what I mentioned earlier. When SEC steps in, it's usually pretty bad already. So what happens to members? Well, the remaining assets, what they find will be dispersed as soon as legal smoke clears, which could really take months. I wouldn't expect a whole lot out of what's going on with Zeekler. I would actually be grateful if we receive anything back. You can find out what is going to happen with your funds if you get a refund, whatever. There's a site already set up, ZeekRewardsReceivership.com. That's ZeekRewardsReceivership.com. If you go there, you find out what's going on with the case, so on and so forth, and where you can fill out your proper applications for your refund. So that's basically in a nutshell. ZeekRewards is no more. Zeeklers, I'm sorry. I feel very bad for you. Been there before, and trust me on this. It's. I'm sure you're feeling sour and sore about this, and had high hopes. It's not your fault. Okay. What happened here is when you get a company that grew so fast, it has so much money going around, you get some people that are greedy, and unfortunately, you have a person who was running the company, got extremely greedy, and he destroyed lots of people's dreams. So, does this happen a lot in network marketing? Yes, but fortunately not very often. Oh, let me rephrase. Does this happen to other network marketing companies? Yes, but fortunately it doesn't happen very often. Again, this is driven by greed. Okay, and also for those you still doubt FCC, maybe they don't understand things, or maybe they're wrong. You think Rex Ventures and ZeekRewards, the principals there are in the right, and SEC is in the wrong. Let me tell you something bluntly here. Why the SEC steps in is to protect the Zeeklers and those who unknowingly end up in fraudulent business opportunities. That's why they do this. They're here to protect you, protect me from people like Mr. Burke here. So if you still believe in these other folks, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to burst your bubble. It's bad. Okay? The only way you get any recourse out of this is to go to ZeekRewardsReceivership.com, follow instructions, and hopefully you get some money and learn a lesson and move on. I welcome any comments, questions, opinions, arguments, pro and con. You can post it here, wherever it's at, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on my blog site, danharleyjr.com. Please, 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 I really, if you have an opinion or whatever, do so. I'd like to hear from you. In the meantime, once again, I'm sorry for what happened to you, Zeeklers. I wish the best for you, and good luck and Godspeed in your future. And we'll talk to you later.